Hello, today I'm going to be reading a little article that I got at my treatment center, and it's about dopamine. I thought it was pretty interesting, and I decided that I would bring it home and share it with you guys. Okay, get a little closer. What is dopamine? Dopamine is a brain chemical that allows us to have feelings of bliss, pleasure, euphoria, drive, motivation, focus, and concentration. But let's start at the beginning. Your brain actually communicates with itself. That is, you have an intricately linked system of nerve cells called neurons that communicate with each other via specialized receptor sites. Dopamine is a chemical neurotransmitter that is used by nerves to send messages. When a nerve releases dopamine, it creates a very small gap called a synapse and attaches to a dopamine receptor on the next nerve. Therefore, when dopamine levels are depleted in the brain, the nerve impulses or messages cannot be transmitted properly and can impair brain functions, behavior, mood, cognitive, attention, learning, movement, and sleep. How do I know if I have a dopamine deficiency? When there is too little dopamine, emotions cannot be correctly regulated. Mental impulses that, I don't know how to pronounce this, mitigate intense feelings of sadness are inhibited. Therefore, the most common sign of a dopamine deficiency are the same signs associated with clinical depression, and more specifically, major depressive disorder. This includes lack of interest in life, decreased motivation, procrastination, inability to feel pleasure, altered sleep patterns, restless leg syndrome, fatigue, mood swings, excessive feelings of hopelessness or guilt, poor memory, inability to focus, impaired concentration, impulsive or self-destructive behaviors, addictions to caffeine or other stimulants, weight gain, extreme dopamine deficiency, as in the case of Parkinson's disease, creates a permanent and degenerative diminishing of motor skills, including muscle rigidity and tremors. Okay, so this is 8 natural dopamine boosting strategies. Decrease your sugar intake. Sugar alters brain chemistry by disrupting dopamine levels, which is one reason why people often experience a sugar high shortly after eating sweets. Just as alcohol or drugs can deplete dopamine levels, sugar does the same. In fact, sugar stimulates the exact same euphoric pathways targeted by alcohol and drug use. That is, the decreased dopamine levels leads to an actual sugar addiction. When initiated by alcohol, cocaine, or sugar, the compulsive behavior addiction is the same, an undeniable desire for dopamine. Limiting sugar intake will help you fight this addictive dopamine depletion sugar craving cycle. If you struggle with a sweet tooth, you can take chromium picolinate, sorry, totally butchered that, supplements to help decrease your sugar cravings. This is a pretty big packet, so I'm only going to read the first article. If you guys would like me to read the second article about dopamine, you can just leave a comment in the comment section. Number 2, take tyrosine. When your brain cells need to manufacture neurotransmitters for proper mood regulation, they use amino acids as an essential raw material. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein. There are 20 different amino acids that make up protein our body needs. The brain uses amino acid, gonna butcher this one again, 1-phenylalanine as the source for the production of dopamine. Is one of the essential amino acids, that is, the body cannot make it on its own, so we have to get it from foods we eat or from supplements. Once the body receives blah blah blah, it can convert to tyrosine, which in turn is used to synthesize dopamine. So the way to increase central nervous system transmitters levels is to provide proper amounts of amino acid precursors. Boosting your dopamine levels sufficiently by supplementing with tyrosine is a recommended action. To learn more about tyrosine supplements, including the proper dosage and best time to take supplements, download our comprehensive guide. And then it's got a link to it. If you guys want me to put the link, just let me know. Number 3, eat bananas. Bananas, especially ripe bananas, are an exceptional food for regulating dopamine because they are high concentration of tyrosine. Other food sources of tyrosine include almonds, apples, watermelons, cherries, yogurt, beans, eggs, and meats. It is important to note that food alone generally do not have therapeutic amino acid levels necessary to boost dopamine levels for someone experiencing major depressive disorder. Therefore, to boost your dopamine levels adequately, tyrosine supplements is often needed. Number 4, decreased caffeine intake. Even though caffeine gives you the energy boost you need, just like sugar, it only offers temporary relief and may actually be doing more harm than good. After experiencing the initial kick caffeine offers, dopamine levels in the body decrease. So go for a cup of decaf, or at least minimize consumption of coffee to counter dopamine deficiency. Number 5, set a routine schedule. Set a routine schedule with adequate time for work and rest. Ideally, your 24-hour day should include at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night in combination with periods of physical activity. Undersleeping and or oversleeping in combination with the lack of regular exercise can drain the brain of dopamine. Why? Proper sleep gives the brain time to recuperate from the day and recharge its stores of neurotransmitters. And regular physical activity increases blood circulation to influence the presence of many different hormones within the brain, affecting dopamine levels. So one of the easiest ways you can boost dopamine is to get in a healthy routine and stick to it. Okay. Number 6, decrease stress levels. High stress levels are strongly correlated with dopamine deficiency. Stress can be caused by 2 sources: poor adrenal function and chronic daily life stressors. While we can't control our circumstances, there are stress safeguards you can utilize to help you deal with day in and day out anxieties. Remember, if stress is not handled properly, it can be devastating to your health. So establish an ongoing plan that enables you to deal with stress efficiently. Number 7, correct a magnesium deficiency. Magnesium deficiency can cause decreased levels of dopamine, and natural health experts estimate over half of the U.S. population to be deficient in this relaxation mineral. If you've been eating a diet heavy in junk foods or processed foods, you probably have a magnesium deficiency. Common symptoms include food cravings, salt or carbs, constipation, high blood pressure, rapid heartbeat or palpitations, muscle pains and spasms, fatigue, headaches, and depression symptoms such as mood swings, anxiety, and irritability. There are blood and urine tests that your doctor can perform to see if you have a magnesium deficiency. However, these tests may not always be accurate since most of the body's magnesium stays in the cells rather than in the bloodstream or urine. There is one lab test called sublingual which is more effective because it checks for magnesium in the cells where most of it is present. To perform this test, your doctor will scrape under your tongue with a tongue depressor to obtain cells, which are then sent to the lab for analysis. Schedule this test with your doctor or start increasing your intake of magnesium. Number 8, take vitamins for depression. Dopamine is easily oxidized, so the antioxidants contained in vitamins, such as vitamin C and E, protect the health of brain neurons that use dopamine. For this reason, many integrative physicians recommend daily multivitamins to their patients to help protect neurons from free radical damage. If you are not taking a daily multivitamin, start doing today. Taking vitamins is a good way to make sure you're getting an ample daily supply of key nutrients you need to be healthy, both physically and mentally. Okay, so that was this article. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know that I'm not really the best at reading out loud, but if you would like to see more of this article, it's pretty thick, and I think there's like 3 different articles in this actually altogether. I can read them to you if you wish. I think it's something very handy to have in your mind and to know of. Alright, so I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye-bye.